advertisement. Please subscribe for me and watch all my videos. Since I'm back on the interweaves, where I make turds passionable once again. Still sounds gross. Judging by the video game playing behind me, we're gonna talk about Skyrim. Before you take out your pitchforks or your torches or anything else that's really sharp to make me bleed, write a comment about how gay I am, let me convince you or not why I think Skyrim is just an average game. Let me clarify something. I'm an advocate for story in video games and good writing. I believe a well-focused story and a well-focused plot are essential keys to making any good game. There are other qualifications as well. I agree the combat in Skyrim is rather good. I agree that exploration in Skyrim is also good. I agree that Skyrim's atmosphere was beautifully designed and beautifully crafted. And someone drunk boat paddling. But where I can't stand on is Skyrim's story. I find it mind-boggling and utter cock monkeys that Skyrim can get away from so much, but other companies and other games cannot. Let's just go down the list. Going down a list of bad games, or at least somewhat average. Mass Effect 3 had fan backlash about heavy impact choices not mattering in the end. BioWare did everything they could to fix it, but fans were still not pleased. Mass Effect 3 suffered from its deadline and faced consequences. Dragon Age 2, was considered a disgrace amongst most of its fans. Not all of them though. There's those people out there. They scare me. It also faced consequences for its horrendous behavior. Fable 3 was not well received. I'll be making a video about that sometime in the future. And Lionhead faced consequences. Yet constantly, I hear, Skyrim is a big game, so story doesn't matter, or Skyrim lets me explore, so it doesn't bother me that it isn't well written, or Skyrim has good combat, so it's okay that the NPCs are flat. How in the world? What the flying fish sticks? Gamers are satisfied with mediocrity? I wonder what would happen if the Witcher series decided to take a Skyrim route in Witcher 3. Yes, I just mentioned Witcher into this argument. Witcher is still one of my all-time favorite games. Witcher 2 is beautiful, the combat is beautiful, and the environments are beautiful. But here's the other thing. It has a well-written story, and it has you making choices. Generally, you wouldn't consider choices you're making important, and then an important event happens, and suddenly you find out that something that you considered insignificant as a choice ended up having a really big impact on the game.
EdBunny, Witcher isn't Skyrim, and Witcher can't be compared to Skyrim. Also, Skyrim isn't Fable, so Fable can't be compared to Skyrim too. Also, Skyrim isn't Oblivion, so you can't compare Oblivion to Skyrim too. It's like comparing apples and oranges, okay? Also, you're just living in nostalgia, so there.
That's the argument I constantly hear. And that's where I say you're wrong. All games I have listed are all RPGs. I'm a believer that genres do not shape a game, but good ideas shape a game. If you see a good idea in any game, there's always a possibility of shaping it and bringing it into your world, and that doesn't standardize just because of gender. I was about to say gender. Genre. But those are only 3 key elements for player immersion. The other key elements are good quest, good choices, and well-written storyline. Not for everyone. Sure, that's true, but for me and other players it is. As a player of video games, and as a writer, and as a fan of movies, if our video games want to go well and above B-rated a movie, then we need to focus more on the story and focus on more of the details of the world, especially in an RPG.
OM Drizzles, EdBunny, make your point. Skyrim has it all. It's like perfect. It has exploration and all the other cool stuff, so whatever, just make your point. Stop being such a poopy head.
So what are my problems with Skyrim? You remember those 2 videos I made about Dragon Age 2? I'm not saying Skyrim is Dragon Age 2. I'm saying Skyrim's plot and story, the main one, suffers from the same problems as Dragon Age 2. It's not well focused, and they considered a story with ADHD more than anything else.
EdBunny, that isn't true. The story's so much better than Oblivion's, cause like all you had to do in Oblivion was like really boring stuff, like close Oblivion gates. That's super boring, okay?
And that actually doesn't sound boring. Wanna know why? Because the story is focused. It may be linear and a little silly and written poorly, but it knows where it's going. It sets up the major conflict, it sets up minor conflicts within the major conflict, and it sets up a clear antagonist like a story should. Skyrim seems to want to introduce too many ideas all at once and doesn't entirely resolve them. At first, it wants you to focus on the war of Skyrim, then, oh look, dragon! No, you should definitely pay attention to the war. No. Alduin is more important. Focus on that. Hey, look, Thornmore. Where'd they come from? There's the bad guys. Wait, look at that scaly skybird. Where's the antagonist? Where's the story going? Where's the major conflict?
But EdBunny, the war and the Thalmor are the minor conflicts. Obviously, the dragons are like the main plot. Duh, get your head out of your butthole, okay?
You could be right or wrong. The problem is the major conflict isn't established.
No, you silly goose. It's Alduin. You're not even paying attention to the game. You didn't even play this game.
Look behind me. We are introduced to two conflicting major conflicts. Alduin and the war. Alduin definitely gets more attention than the war, so that's why a lot of people would assume to believe Alduin is the major conflict, but Alduin seems constantly butting heads with the war aspect of Skyrim.
I'm not gonna sit around and let you trash my favorite game. Oblivion had that issue too. So there.
Actually, not really. Marcus was the heir of the throne. The mythic dawn were tied greatly to the Oblivion Gates. And the Oblivion Gates were definitely the main focus. Everything in Oblivion is tightly wrapped up with a neat bow. Everything connects with everything. So far, I have not found a direct connection between the dragon conflict, the war conflict, and the Thalmor conflict. And if some book or extra backstory information does connect all three together, it's very loose in that connection. I don't know, I'm definitely running out of time with this video. Skyrim Part 2 will focus on how I would connect and focus the story a bit more. We'll also go more into depth about quests, somewhat. I'm EdBunny. Thank you for watching. If you want to be a netizen, please subscribe. Or don't. Comment kindly down below, or don't. You could be mean, but I don't want you to be mean. Like, dislike, and back on